Hello and welcome to Soul Healing with Bree. My name is Bree, and I was soaking up some sun rays this morning, and all of this stuff started dropping into my consciousness in the way of clarity. So I'm gonna allow a channeled message. It feels as though we're also going to receive some sort of healing in this. If you want to receive the light codes, you can just say yes, and I'm just going to allow it because it's really coming in from all angles. I'm just going to share what I'm feeling come in. This feels as though it is the Pleiadian High Council of Light and the Arcturian High Council of Light, the Andromedan High Council of Light. Yes, it is these three triangulating a message through me, and it is calibrating now. From here forward, you will hear this singular voice, knowing all the while that there is more than the amount of beings collected here in this social memory complex transmitting a message. We simply speak in this way in order for you to understand beyond what your mind is able to scan and go layers deeper within you, within your consciousness, so that you may become closer to the aspect of you that is your subconscious, that is your astral body, that is your aspect of yourself that is kept in what we will call a vault during your human experience. This design is important for living a human experience because it is not easy for a human to hold all that which the human truly is and be aware of it all at once. However, what we are bringing this message in about is that you will be shifting into much more of a multidimensional consciousness, meaning it won't be as simplistic as your conscious and unconscious minds. You see, you will be accessing layers of your oversoul, layers of your soul's expression in other experiences that may not be understood by you, but it will be felt by you. Whenever you witness Bree pulling through a channeled message like this one, you will sense that there are many layers to it. You will sense within yourself that different layers of yourself are being accessed as you receive it. And this is because it is truly a multidimensional transmission and experience. This is not isolated to this video. This is true of your everyday experience. You will be experiencing the layers, the nuance. You will be experiencing perhaps in one moment the observation that is collective of the group you are in, and then you will have the experience of observing it from your own perspective, and these may not always match, you see. But we ask you not to be startled by the instances with which you notice that what you are observing is entirely different than what most of those around you are observing. Allow this to occur, and do not allow this to have you define yourself in a way that is unserving or disempowering. We are bringing through more channeled messages through Bree than she has ever brought through in any of her expressions before. She is expanding to layers of her being that she did not know existed before. And she is allowing us to share what we shared with her, which is that many of you are wanting to know about the dimensions. You want to know how many there are, and what we will share is that there are an infinite amount of dimensions, and this has always been true. What you know in your human experience, or what you have been exposed to up until this point on the timeline you are on, are the 12 dimensions. This would be what we would have you conceptualize as your universe. This is what you have access to, we will say. However, in your light body, you can access dimensions that extend beyond the 12 dimensions you know of in your universe. We would also like all of you to have some safety protocols, knowing that these dimensions are well overseen, well protected, well maintained, and there are many natural barriers that will ensure that anyone who has not worked through their own conscious blocks will not be able to reach. You see, the 5th dimension and beyond, you will need to be having unity consciousness as your driving and operating alignment faculty, we will call it. And those who are still working through their own dualities, their own judgments, their own shadows, or resisting anything within themselves, they will not be able to move past those veils, you see. So many of you are fearing those you perceive as 3D. Once they know they are multidimensional, we will call it worried that this will disrupt the entire system, and we'd like to assure you that is not the case. This is an intelligent and eternal design of Source Creator, you see. And the last message we will leave you with is that as you open your own channel, as you open your third eye, and this will be done very naturally for you if you are here on this channel and have watched any of the videos, you can come back to them to keep this maintained, to keep this cleansed and aligned, and eventually you will be able to do this for yourself quite easily. But having the third eye open is something many of you are getting used to, and that many of you are still resisting here in this group of souls consuming this message. If you are afraid of having your third eye open, we encourage you to explore why. For many of you, turn your spiritual gifts off, as earlier in life your third eye was open and you were observing that that was something to be feared, which is not true. And they're allowing me to drop back in. Okay. Yeah, they want it to get on the ground more. Okay, so they showed me why a lot of us have a fear about the third eye, and they were showing me the 90s, which is kind of comical to me because it's just been coming up in my daily experience a lot, the 90s. And what they were showing me is that during the 90s, they were like showing me lots of new age types, what we would conceptualize as hippies and crystals and all these metaphysical things. As that was really, they showed me kind of coming on the scene, there was a lot of attempts to make sure that we couldn't fully dive into that. So they showed me sort of both two sides of the spectrum, where there was they showed me lots of like witch movies and things like that were coming out, but then on the other end they showed me that there was like propaganda kind of too, placing fear around all of those things, like placing fear around the witch wound, or placing fear around So that's interesting for those of you that resonates with. And there's a fly, because they always find me when I'm channeling, which is strange. But so first I want to thank all the guides that came through. That was more than I'm used to in one sitting. It was a lot of energy, very rounding energy. It felt very expansive in a spherical sense. And I'm trying to revisit the energies that were coming through that, but that was very very trance for sure. So I don't recall any of the things that were said now, but it did feel very balancing today. And it feels like they wanted us to get comfortable with the unknown, is really what it felt like. And I feel more comfortable with the unknown. How are you feeling about the unknown? And it felt too as though we're being invited to these light codes that are coming in with the CMEs. And it looks like we're going to have a pretty active October with our sun and with just a consciousness on the planet. And what I was being shown again and again and again for October is make sure that you're going into your heart. So if things are feeling a little bit, potentially unsettled, there's lots of words we can use, but a little bit like things are being brought up, it's really important that you go into the heart and receive the messages that you're intended to receive during those times. So allow this to be your permission slip to, whenever you need, go within. And know that the people in your life that truly love you, they're gonna honor your need to go within. So anyone that in your life, this is coming through strong. Anyone in your life that you feel is not allowing you to go within, start to work through that and see if maybe you're resisting the going within in any way. And there may be, real circumstances where you actually don't have this ability. But what I was shown was even just 5 minutes of you on your own tuning in. It's really, really important this month, October 2024. And, every other present moment that comes after this and before too. But it's just a reminder here, planting a seed. And if this resonated with you, you will really benefit from my self-healing course. The Master Your Energy course is, it has very strong potentials to activate many of your spiritual gifts. And so if that's something you're ready for, then explore Master Your Energy. And if you're really new to channeling, energy healing, sound healing, frequency healing, all of this stuff, then my memberships, Activation Portal, which is part of Space Library, and Starseed activations would be what I would encourage you towards to really deepen in to this. I'm sorry, there's still a fly. I love you all. Thank you for being here. All the links to my offerings will be below. Grateful for you. Namaste.